Welcome to Crackdown. A little while ago, it was added to the Xbox One X backwards compatibility program, meaning you can play it on Xbox One X. Because, of course, this was originally released on the 360 in 2007. Some will say that's the best year for console games, and of course, it probably was. But today I'm going to show you some Crackdown gameplay, because something interesting has been added to this game, which is essentially making it as if it runs in 4K. Now, I'm not exactly sure if it runs specifically in 4K, but it definitely runs in a higher fidelity than it did on the 360, which is the main reason I'm showing you it today. So let's just try and ignore the fighting in the background and have a look at the options. So if you're running this on Xbox One X, if you open up the 360 guide menu, go over to settings, then Xbox One X settings, you'll have two options available to you, which is graphics and performance. So graphics makes it run in just about 4K. I think it might be checkerboarded, it might not be native, but it's definitely higher than 1080p. And then of course performance makes the game feel smoother, which basically is 60 frames per second, which I will show you separately. First of all, we're going to talk about the game. I'm going to show you the game, how it plays, and whether you should play it in 2019, because it is quite an old game. There's been 2 sequels to it since then, and it's probably, in my opinion, the best in the series. So let's have a look at Crackdown in 2019. So, of course, it's a free roam game. You can run around a big city, which I will show you on the map. So there's supply points that you can see on the map. They're those little orange logos that you can see. There's white ones too. They're the ones we've not captured. And you can go between different districts of the city. So the middle part is the agency. That's where we come from. We're part of the agency. Los Muertos, the Volk, and Shy Gen. They're all different gangs that you have to take out by taking out captains and kingpins. They're all like the leaders of the gangs, and as you take them out, the game slowly becomes more complete, essentially. Now, I'm actually in something called Keys to the City here, which is essentially a cheat mode for the game, which will let me show you the game a little bit easier without having to go around collecting things and leveling my character up the old-fashioned way. So this is how you start. This is what you look like when you start. You'll be over in the middle over there. This is the big middle tower there. And you upgrade your skills that you can see on the left-hand side. You've got agility, driving, explosives, strength, and firearms. You upgrade each of those things just by doing things in the world. So when it comes to agility, you'll go around completing races or collecting those things over there. That's an agility orb. When you pick those up like that, you'll get some orbs, and that will level you up slightly where agility is concerned. Now, the same thing applies for firearms, explosives, and all of the others. If we shoot some of these guys down here, you'll see some orbs come out of them. That's going to give us some points towards our firearm skills. And the same for grenades, and of course driving, but driving's a little bit different. So let's actually kick him to death, and you'll see some yellow orbs come out of him. Those yellow orbs will give us more strength. Let's try it again here. And as you slowly upgrade yourself, you'll have a visual change. Now let me actually get away from the fighting here so I can actually show you the visual changes. Because in the Keys to the City, I'm able to actually upgrade myself without doing all of the donkey work, I guess, and actually getting all of those orbs ourselves. So you can kind of imagine it takes quite a while to unlock each level of your agility, firearms, yada yada. You can see there's little stars next to the numbers. There's 4 stars, and for each of those, you have to go through 0 to 100 to get the level unlock. So basically, we're going to go fast skills development, or you can actually just change them individually. So the first level makes you a little bit different. You get a bit of a different uniform. Level 2, level 3, and level 4. There we go. Driving skill, there's no change to our appearance. Explosive skill, there's no change. Strength, you get bigger. Firearm skills, and super agent agility. We'll put that on just for demonstrational purposes. So now that we've upgraded all of our skills, let's listen to what he says.
And you're naturally more in tune with any vehicle you drive.
So there we go. All of our skills. He's going to carry on talking.
The effective blast radius of your explosive ordnance has increased along with the force and damage applied.
Okay, so maybe now we can speak.
Your physical strength is increasing,
okay.
Agent. You can now lift objects weighing just over half a ton and throw them roughly 130 feet.
Yeah, so each time you upgrade your skills, he'll talk to you like that. Oh, for God's sake. So each time you upgrade your skills, you'll get a visual change, and you'll have different abilities. So in the case of firearms, you can actually lock onto things easier. Let me find something to lock onto. Let's go. See that? Really fast lock on. Grenades do more damage, and like he said, everything changes when you get better skills. Now, the cheats I put on here are super agility, so that's probably not the best thing to have on. So let me go... God mode basically makes you invincible. Where's super agility? Turn that off, because this is the normal running speed when you upgrade your agility to its max. This is the jumping height. And your strength, you'll be able to one-hit kill everything when you kick them. And you can pick things... You can pick heavier things up like this. So that's basically the gist of skills. Now, the voiceover for this game is kind of annoying, to be honest. He constantly talks, but it's kind of one of its most defining characteristics. This is one of those races I was talking about. You can complete these throughout the city to get better agility, and there's the same thing for driving too. So if you run people over with your car, you'll get agility orbs. Sorry, driving orbs from the car. That will upgrade your skills. And of course, throwing grenades gets you orbs for your explosives, and shooting, like we've already shown, does that too. So this is actually what I was talking about earlier, the kingpins. You'll get a little sort of profile shown to you like that, which will basically explain to the player what exactly this person is good for, why you need to take them out, and your percent chance of taking them out. These are located in several places on the map. Where we are right now is there, the little arrow on the left-hand side of the yellow island. And this guy, you can see on the mini-map, is over here. And if we go and take this guy out, which we'll be able to do because we've got the keys to the city. As you can see, they're quite well defended. Let's do a bit of strength testing, shall we? There we go, one-hit kill. Now, I probably should mention, the different gangs have different levels of difficulty. So this gang, Los Muertos, the yellow guys, are the easiest gang to take out. As you can see, we just kicked him to death. And Martinez has been defeated. So there we go. And it'll give you a little bit of an update.
Out of the way, Los Muertos' finances and information flow are severely disrupted. The low-level bangers lack the intelligence and expertise to effectively take his place, making Los Muertos a softer target.
There we go. So each time you take out a kingpin or a captain, the gang will be negatively affected in a specific way. So that case, the gang members aren't intelligent because I guess he was like a teacher or something. And each time you kill one of the kingpins, you'll get these hit squads after you, which are basically just reinforcements from the gang, which are going to come and try and kill us. And we can just either kill them or run away. And of course, because we've got super strength because of keys to the city, we can just go around booting everyone and they'll all die. I'm actually going to turn on God mode because we could actually die here if we're not careful. So there we go, God mode will basically make us invincible, which is just what we're after. Now, that is the majority of the game. I feel like I've explained the fundamentals of the game if you've never played it before. One more thing, actually, you can see this down here. These are orbs. Like agility orbs, there's hidden orbs. And they're hidden throughout the map, and you've got to find them. That's 1 out of 300, so they're located everywhere. And you need to go and look around to find them. So there's a lot to do in this game. It's an open-world game. You've got super soldier abilities. You can go around killing gang members, exploring the city, and what have you. But is performance mode better than graphics mode on the Xbox One X? Let's find out. So for testing purposes, what I'm going to do is do the graphics comparison while I'm stood here. So obviously we're playing in graphics mode already. This is what it looks like. And I'm now going to show you performance mode, do a bit of running around and see if that changes the aesthetic or the feel of the game. So this is graphics mode and this is performance. Now it doesn't actually feel that different to me, but it definitely looks different. So this is a side-by-side comparison of the game. And as you can see, the performance mode definitely has not as sharp edges. The character model is a little bit more, I want to say, grainy, and basically just overall less fidelity. So I would say if you're playing this game today in 2019, the graphics mode is definitely the way to go, because this performance mode just doesn't feel that different at all. I couldn't put my finger on this being in a higher frame rate particularly, so I would say if you're playing this game today, definitely do it in the graphics mode, because that is the most noticeable change. So I don't know if this is 60 frames a second or just a smoother 30. Whatever the case may be, I would say graphics is the way to go. So if you want to see anything else from Crackdown, let me know down in the comments. I'll probably do a separate video taking a look at Crackdown 2 and 3. Well, that's about it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.